UK opposition leader I am waiting for May to move Brexit red lines. London/Bucharest. Reuters. Prime Minister Theresa May has yet to move the red. With Britain due to leave the bloc on April 12 and no sign of her minority government being able to pass a deal through Parliament on its own, May turned to Labour Party leader Corbyn in recent days in the hope of securing a bipartisan agreement. A deal with Corbyn could be May's last chance to deliver Brexit without either a long delay or leaving with no deal at all. But Corbyn said no talks have been arranged yet between the two sides for this weekend, a Labour source told Reuters. May's decision to seek an agreement with Corbyn was an astounding reversal after months of saying her plan for Brexit was the only possible course. It reflects weeks while both major parties have said they are committed to carrying out the results of Britain's 2016 referendum vote to leave the EU. Labour has long demanded a softer break than May has been willing to consider. In particular, Labour seeks a customs union with the EU after Britain leaves, which would cross one of the red. Many Labour lawmakers also want a second referendum on the terms of Brexit, which May says would be a fundamental threat to Britain's democracy after the vote to leave. Her decision to opt, with time running out, May has asked EU leaders to postpone Britain's exit from the bloc until June 30. The EU leaders have also indicated they would be more likely to offer a longer extension of up to a year, to avoid setting a firm new deadline in a few months' time that would cause yet another cliff-edge crisis. Hammond optimistic. Finance Minister Philip Hammond told reporters in Bucharest on Saturday he was optimistic of reaching some form of agreement with Labour and that the government had no red lines in the talks. Hammond said he expected more exchanges of documents on Saturday between the government and Labour in a bid to reach a deal. He also signalled most Britons voted in 2016 by a 52 to 48% margin for Brexit. The two main parties. A delay in Brexit of more than a few months would require Britain to participate in May 23 elections to the European Parliament. It is a prospect, going. Editing by Peter Groff.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.